In the 3 years between 2005 and 2007, 36 tropical storms formed in the Atlantic. Of these, 15 became hurricanes, 7 of Category 3 or higher. 1/3 of all of these storms hit the United States. On average, there are 1,000 recorded tornadoes in the U.S. each year. In 2006, more than 96,000 wildfires broke out, burning more than 9,800,000 acres. Finally, 1,700 people are injured in our country each year from flash floods. The devastation these disasters cause is unimaginable. This is the reason Ten Minas Ministries began its disaster relief project, to help people whose lives have been devastated by these natural disasters. At the moment, Ten Minas works on one project at a time, but with the help of people like you, we can restore the fortunes of many more. Let me tell you about our current project. On Monday, August 29, 2005, Hurricane Katrina made landfall on the Gulf Coast. When she finished her devastation, 80% of New Orleans was underwater, and more than 1,600 people were dead. The impact was not limited to New Orleans. The coast of Mississippi and the town of Gulfport were also demolished. Jacqueline Spears lived in Gulfport along with her son. The storm hit the Spears family just like everyone else around her, but that didn't stop Jackie from trying to give back. She came across 3 dogs separated from their owners during the storm and welcomed them all into her home. However, the home she took them into would never be the same. Jackie lives in a house her father built. Her home sustained a lot of water damage during the storm, plus she had a tree fall on her roof. A number of missionary groups from churches around the country have tried to help Jackie, but while they have managed to do some patch jobs, the underlying structural damage is too severe. The home simply is not safe.
When we first arrived, I started looking around the house to see what we could do to work, or what had to be done to work on it. And I noticed that the foundation, or what they call a foundation, was no more than just cinder blocks standing on the ground supporting the house. The house was constructed of basically anything her father could salvage to build the home. None of the floors are level, the walls are all out of plumb, the doors and windows are nowhere even close to being square and true like you would find in a normal home. In the backyard there's a ditch probably 3 to 4 feet wide and about 2 feet deep. It runs the length of the property, full of stagnant water and every imaginable insect and anything else that you could find breeding in this water. So this is what, right near the home is where she's living. The way the foundation is made, the pilings, it doesn't keep any support to the structure of the house, which lends it to continually fall over or slope, or eventually it will collapse. I don't understand now as to why it hasn't collapsed. It's unsafe in the fact that she and her son could be in the home when it does collapse, and if it does collapse, it's going to be total. They won't make it out the door. Not to discredit all the help that's gone through down there to help her with her home, but it has all been like trying to redo sheetrock in some of the rooms and make it more livable, but it's Band-Aid work. It's covering it up so that it's not, doesn't look so bad in living in the home, but it's not doing her justice or her son justice in the house. It's like putting a Band-Aid on somebody that needs major heart surgery. It's not going to help. Like I said, in time, this house is going to collapse around her. and all the work and help that they've tried to do is going to be for naught. In these days and times, nobody should be made to have to live in a structure like that. It's not through her fault at all, but it is very deplorable. It's worse than any home that I've ever seen someone live in, and I've seen many of them. And it's uncalled for for her to have to live and raise her son in a home like that.
Jackie's home needs to be torn down and rebuilt, but she's been living in this dangerous structure for 2.5 years now. It's time for things to change. I'm Ken Coughlin, president of Ten Minas Ministries. We have everyone we need in place to give Jackie a new home, but we need the money to do it. Based upon recently completed similar projects, we estimate that it will cost about $50,000 to fulfill this mission. But the disaster relief project isn't limited to the Spears home. There are other people in need of assistance too, and if God blesses us with the means, our prayer is for the resources to not only help Jackie, but also to make a smooth and immediate transition into the next project. This can be possible with your help. Ten Minas Ministries is a tax-exempt, nonprofit Christian ministry. Any donations to the disaster relief project are tax-deductible. Any funding we receive in excess of what we need for Jackie's home will go toward our next relief mission. Visit us at tenminasministries.org and click on the Katrina House logo for more information. We would be happy to answer any of your questions. Our email address is on the screen and is also available at our site. Donations can be made through the mail or online at our website. Our mailing address is Post Office Box 827, Havre de Grace, Maryland 21078. Please make checks out to Ten Minas Ministries. Write disaster relief on the memo line to have your donation designated for this fund. I thank you for giving this mission your prayerful consideration. God bless.